It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy. He went crazy. Amazing. What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie
several...
O'Donnell. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee you. She's shocked that I picked her. No. She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
How tough is it to
lot
take
of times,
property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How
A
tough
lot
is
of
it?
times.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I
That's
was going to
enough.
ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr.
Excuse
President,
me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask. Are you,
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them.
Whoa. We've got some interesting clips to look at today, Warriors. Thank you so much for joining me today. Donald Trump is roasting everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Watch it to the end. Now let's get back into it.
You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. As you know, it's been reported that right now Crooked Joe's gone to a log cabin to study, prepare. No, he didn't. He's sleeping now. Because they want to get him good and strong. So a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the ass. They want to strengthen him up. Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me.
Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. You know, he's Mr. Tough Guy. You know when he's Mr. Tough Guy? When he's standing behind a microphone by himself. That's when he's been. He wants to bring me to the back of the barn. Oh. Some things in life you could really love doing. Isn't this better than reading off a frickin' teleprompter? Right? Right? Anybody can do that except for Biden. I think he's very angry. You know why he's angry? Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's screaming, and then coughing. Ah, wow. And he's always using the right hand. He shakes his hand, then he gets off the stage. Did you notice nobody wanted to shake his hand? I wouldn't have said. I'm a great American, but I don't know if I want to go there. Now, he's always coughing into his hand, and it's not a real cough. It's a nervous habit. It's got to stop. Because there was no real cough. He just goes. Take questions from CNN. CNN is fake news. I don't take questions from CNN. John Roberts of Fox. Let's go to a real network. John, let's go.
Well, we're a real network too, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. It's a disgrace what took place. It's a disgrace. And I think they ought to apologize to start with Michael Cohen.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question?
Go ahead.
No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
since you are attacking
No,
our news
not you.
organization,
Not you.
can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are
is terrible.
attacking our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give
is
us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to
go.
ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking a
categorically-
question.
Mr.
Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No, I'm
give
not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a
Can
question.
you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
Go ahead.
can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not
Go ahead.
appropriate.
Donald Trump is fierce. I think when you come at him wrong, he gets upset and he comes at you how you come at him. If you're nice, he's going to be nice back to you. You saw that in that NABJ in Atlanta, I believe it was. No, it was Chicago. And Rachel Scott was like, the way she asked the question was totally rude, in my opinion. And he was like, I have never been asked a question so rude. You did not ask me, hi, how are you doing? You know, he just went in on her. He went in for a while. And he talked about how the equipment wasn't working. They were late. They brought him there under false pretenses.
I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much. And, you know, and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke. And I saved them and I gave them long-term financing and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, you know, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something
Mr.
was
President,
wrong.
I would love
think
if you
it's
can
a
answer the
very
question on
nasty
your rhetoric
question.
And yeah, you got to be nice to Trump in order for him to be nice to you, which is how most people are. If you think about it, that's most people.
And in fact, we'll give you a list. What we did, in fact, part of it was up there. We did a lot. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
So you haven't made any contact, though, just to make sure.
With who?
The North Koreans.
I don't want to say. I won't say that.
Okay.
We have a good relationship with North Korea. As good as you can have. I mean, we have a good relationship with North Korea. I have a good relationship with Kim Jong-un, and I hope he's okay. And somebody would say, oh, that's terrible. No, it's not terrible. I hope he's okay. And I think it was a fake report done by CNN.
So can I ask you a question?
What do you have? Go ahead. No, that's enough. Go ahead.
Can I ask? That wasn't my question.
The problem is you don't write the truth. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I want to go to the next
Can I
one.
ask you a question about?
No, not CNN, please. Go ahead.
The White House has not
You don't-
responded to these
I told you.
allegations. Right?
CNN is fake news. Don't talk to me. Go ahead, please.
But he says he was retaliated against, and that's why he was removed from his job. Do you have a response to that?
He's been mad.
Okay, next question.
Why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return
Are you
them?
ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
You
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to
That's
answer.
why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Can you answer why
Very
you
simple.
held on to the documents?
I was negotiating. Go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
It's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
In a tweet this weekend, Mr. President, you said that it's incorrect to say you're limiting the scope of the FBI investigation.
What does that have to do with trade? I don't mind answering the question, but you know, I'd like to do the trade.
It has to do with
questions,
the other
yeah.
headline in the news, which is the
I know,
Kavanaugh
but
nomination.
how about talking about trade and then we'll get to that. We'll do that a little bit later.
Do you think the trade,
Anybody have a trade?
do you
Go
think
ahead,
your trade
please.
deal will pass through Congress, sir?
I think so. Go ahead, ask a
But
question.
the question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you,
Listen,
sir.
listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which
Did
was,
you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you
him
hear
to-
me?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
no, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked
I've
you.
answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country. And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt. much of the media in this country is not just fake, it's corrupt. And you have some very fine people, too. Great journalists, great reporters. But to a large extent, it's corrupt and it's fake. Ask the president of Finland a question, please.
International diplomacy is a delicate thing. You have to watch what you say. And how can anybody expect that you're going to be able to get into the White House and watch your mouth when you were so widely panned for these Mexico comments? How are you going to be able to hold your tongue and not piss off other countries?
And do you want to change the word? Are you allowed to use that word on television?
And not anger other countries?
Immigration is a very big topic. Take a look at all the crime that's being committed. Go take a look at it.
The research says the crime does not match what you're saying. The research, the Pew Research, which is independent, says.
Don't be naive. You're a very naive person.
The Pew Research says that there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
Immigrants commit less crime than U.S.-born citizens.
Okay.
There are less immigrants in our jails than.
You know what? Number one, I disagree with it. Number two, whether it's true or not, illegal immigrants. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about illegal.
So you say you're drawing these big crowds, and I was there. You drew a big crowd in New Hampshire.
Don't say the way you put it. Everything's so negative. I'm not saying.
Negative.
I'm not saying I'm drawing. You're saying I'm drawing.
You're number two. Why do people respond to you so much?
I'm actually number one in Huffington Post and some others, and the new polls haven't even come out yet.
Why are they responding to you so much?
Because I tell the truth. I say what's happening.
It's awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, he got Hillary in them pantsuits that she wears because you'd be in jail. Ooh, and she really needed to be. You all know what she did. Look at my face. That heifer needed to be in prison, somebody's prison.
Those are the questions we need answered. We've never had anything like this happen in any of our elections before.
That was a great pivot off the fact that she wants open borders. Okay. How did we get on to Putin?
Hold on.
No.
Wait.
Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians have engaged.
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. Putin has outsmarted her in Syria. He's outsmarted her every step of the way.
I do get to ask some questions.
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against
Should have gotten it.
This is a mindset.
We are going to stop radical Islamic terrorism in this country. She won't even mention the words, and neither will President Obama.
And we're going to look for businesses to help us by buying American products.
I ask a simple question. She's been doing this for 30 years. Why didn't you do it over the last 15, 20 years? You were very much involved. Excuse me. My turn. The problem is you talk, but you don't get anything done, Hillary. You don't.
Now, in all fairness to Secretary Clinton, yes, is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy. It's very important to me. Look at her website. You know what? It's no different than this. She's telling us how to fight ISIS. Just go to her website. She tells you how to fight ISIS on her website. I don't think General Douglas MacArthur would like that too much.
The next segment, we're continuing the subject of.
At least I have a plan to fight ISIS.
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do.
No, we're not.
See, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
Folks,
go to the fact checkers, get to work. I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not? Sure.
It's great to be here with 1,000 wonderful people, or as I call it, a small, intimate dinner with some friends, or as Hillary calls it, her largest crowd of the season.
Donald Trump is something else, isn't he? He is something else. I'll leave the full link in the description box below, but it's an hour long, and I don't want to make this video too long. All the jokes, he is really a comedian. He really is. And I hope you all enjoyed that. It's nice to have a good laugh every now and then. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.